Fish and wildlife officers are on high alert after a zebra mussel was spotted at an aquarium wholesaler over in Renton.
As Fox 13's Lauren Donovan reports, they say a monster mollusk could be a nightmare for our state. So, Lauren, this particular mussel was spotted on a moss ball that was shipped from Ukraine.
Luckily, the aquarium wholesaler caught it in the nick of time, but that itsy-bitsy mussel has the power to consume not only one of these tanks, but if it was to get out into our waterways, if it was to get into Puget Sound, it could decimate an entire ecosystem.
Wow, it's like a tick. Who caught that? The Renton store?
Within minutes of spotting the hitchhiker on this moss ball, the call was made and wildlife officers were on the move.
This is the first I've heard of the mussels. Is it like a killer bee, or is it some new breakout that we need to be concerned about?
Good question, Bob. How can this minuscule mollusk be such a menace?
One generation grows upon the next. Over time, the mussels will just grow on top of each other until they close like a clogged artery.
How's that for a scary visual? This invasive species literally chokes the life out of waterways. And when they latch on, boy, do they multiply. Females release up to 1 million eggs per year. Just one mussel could reproduce between 30,000 to 100 million offspring annually. USGS is responsible for mapping their spread.
Wow. That's amazing. So they're mostly in the east, Midwest and East, but they're coming this way, it looks like.
See, back in the 80s, someone accidentally introduced them into the Great Lakes. Decades later, zebra-mussels completely canvassed the bottom of Lake Erie. Riding the current, they attach themselves to anything and everything. Clogging pipes, damaging boats.
They're razor sharp. They can cut you if you're walking barefoot on the shoreline. There's instances where they're actually attached to floating plants, and as you're swimming, you can get sliced while you're swimming. And in Washington, we love to spend a lot of time outdoors on public lands, boating, kayaking, paddleboarding. Ultimately, we could lose those activities.
And it's more than recreation at stake here. It's estimated these monster mussels could cost the state up to $100 million per year just to keep Washington's power and water facilities operational. Justin Bush with Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife says you could see this one, but they're not always visible.
Certain stages of life, they're actually microscopic and not visible to the human eye. So we're really concerned about potentially contaminated water in aquariums, as well as the moss balls themselves.
So it could be like a pandemic almost.
Yeah, pretty much. Bob Fisher runs several pet stores in the area. He tells me he's diligent about cleaning their sale tanks.
When we get in new plants, we get in new fish, we get shipments every couple days. We look through it.
But after hearing all this, he's on high alert.
Yeah, so we're going to keep an eye out, then we'll continue to watch for that as well in our tanks.
If you're headed to the pet store, if you've got an aquarium at home, Fish and Wildlife is asking you take a close look at everything in the tank. And if you believe there is a zebra mussel in there, get in contact with them immediately. There's an online reporting system that you can use. We'll link to that on our website, fox13seattle.com. Reporting in West Seattle, Lauren Donovan, Fox 13 News.